We've got so much hardwood action today. I'm talking about NBA, I'm talking about college basketball. We've been absolutely on fire. I've got three best bets for you today, Friday, November 10th. This is the Free Three. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Last night we had another winning day on the channel. We've been absolutely crushing it and killing it this month of November. 2-1 day yesterday. Bucks and Pacers fly over despite Damian Lillard not even playing. Guess what? We still get it done there. Shout out to Giannis for dropping 50+ points to help us out there. Also cashing on the USC team total over. Love to see that there. We had to sweat it out a little bit there at the end, but we got it done, so you can't complain. We did lose on Hubbard and Komet's parlay builder there. We needed one more carry, and it would have been a sweep. And what's so crazy to me is if you know you're going to kick a 59-yard field goal to try to tie the game, why don't you just run the ball to pick up a few extra yards? The play call from the Panthers made absolutely no sense yesterday, but hey, it happens. You lose sometimes. 2-1 on the day. You can see our year-to-date record right here. Absolutely crushing it in the month of November. 15-5. We've been absolutely crushing to start college basketball. 3-1 there. Absolutely killing on the hardwood. 20-8 in the NBA so far. So let's keep that momentum going today. If I've been making you some money, if you've been enjoying the videos, drop a like on it for me. Also, give me a comment. Let me know if there's something that I should cover. If you're not liking something else that you want me to include in the videos, so feel free for any type of feedback so I can make these videos better. I'm open to anything. I greatly appreciate all the support, and let's dive into this first best bet of the day. For my first best bet of the day, I'm going to go to that Sixers and Pistons matchup. And the Sixers have been one of the hottest teams to start off the NBA season. I don't know if you've been tailing them. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but they're 7-0 ATS to start the year. No Harden, no problem. Trust me, they've made a lot of money for their fans and their backers so far this season, and I absolutely love to see that. And guess what? One of the main reasons why they've been cashing in is because of Tobias Harris. He's been one of the main factors for this hot start. He's been playing absolutely great, and I remember listening to some reports about like him in the offseason. He was talking about being a little bit disgruntled. His name was coming up in some trade allegations. There was also some chatter in the offseason about him being a player over the years who was just demanding way too much money but didn't live up to the contract. And he also spoke about how he felt that he should have been an all-star at least one time. Well, guess what? All those things might get quelled this year because the Sixers look really good. And then Tobias Harris, if he keeps up this level of play and the Sixers keep this record up, he probably might get his first all-star bid. So because of that, I'm going to take Tobias Harris over 22.5 points and rebounds today as my first best bet. -110 odds I got it at. I've been taking Harris's rebounds literally almost every night, and that's been an absolute wagon. I mean, he's been cleaning the boards. He's been going crazy. His line is at 5.5 on the books for this game. It's a little bit juiced. I saw about a -140, -145 on certain books. So for me, this is just like a little bit of a pivot here because his scoring has been just as impactful as his glass cleaning. Let's look at some of his game logs. To start off the year, right, he played the Bucks. He played 37 minutes in that game. He had 20.7 rebounds, okay? In the game after that, he played the Raptors, 15 points, 2 rebounds. He played Portland, 24 points, 5 rebounds. The Raptors again, 23.7 rebounds. He played the Suns. He got 18 points, 10 rebounds. He played the Washington Wizards, 18 points, 5 rebounds. And then last game, he played the Sixers, 17 points, 9 rebounds. So that's all the games that Tobias Harris has played in this year. He's gone over this points and rebounds total in every game except for one. That was that second game of the year against the Raptors when he only had 15 points and 2 rebounds. He's averaging 19 points per game for the season so far and 6 rebounds. That's about a 25 combo right there. So that's getting us easily over this total of 22.5, which I've loved to see. Now, the fact that he's missed on the rebounds 3 times, but he's only missed on this PNR line only once, that's why I'm going with this. I like it, and we're also getting a better price at it as well. And I also think that the fact that he's going to be matched up against Asar Thompson, you know that young fella there out in Detroit, the rookie, he's been glass cleaning for us. We've taken him a few times inside the Discord group and also on the channel. He's an absolute monster on the board. I think because of how aggressive he is on the boards, that's going to make Tobias a little bit more conscious, a little bit more aware of boxing out, going after those rebounds. And then we've also seen him get double-digit shot attempts in every game except for one as well. So he's been getting to the free throw line. He's been getting the volume. He's been shooting the 3 ball. He's been shooting the ball well overall. He's shooting at over 40%, which I love to see. So for me, I think Tobias Harris, he's really solidifying himself as the third main star now in this Philadelphia rotation after Maxey, after Embiid. And truthfully, if he keeps playing this way, there's no reason why that three-head monster team with the role players that they have cannot make some noise in the Eastern Conference or even make a run to the NBA Finals. Tobias Harris is a big factor of that. I think Harden leaving opens up the floor for him to handle the ball more, shoot the ball more, and as he continues to see the ball go through the net, I want him to be more aggressive, and I think today is a great opportunity for him to do that against this Pistons team. Let's not overthink it. Let's just go with what the numbers have been telling us. It's cashed in literally almost every game this year. So let's go with Tobias Harris over 22.5 points and rebounds as the first best bet of the day. For my second best bet of the day, I'm going with another game here in the association and another bet where I'm just not trying to overthink it. I'm just trying to go real simple. What are the numbers telling me, right? And let's head to that Spurs and Wolves matchup. And I'm going to go to the rookie Victor Wembanyama to go grab some rebounds. I'm taking his over 8.5 rebound line. I got it at -104 on FanDuel, and he's gone over this line in 4 straight games and 5 of 8 to start the year. If you've been tapped into the channel, which you should be, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell button, right? I mentioned earlier this season that when Wemby wasn't being as aggressive on the boards, the Spurs were not competitive. But if he expected the Spurs to win some games, if they expected to be competitive, he has to rebound. Like, he's literally 7'5". Like, I don't know how big this dude is, but he's huge. He's literally the guy who needs to go grab rebounds for them. You cannot depend on Zach Collins, who's probably just as lanky as you are, Victor, to really get it done. And guess what? When he started getting more aggressive on the boards, the Spurs started getting more competitive in those games. And even like you saw what they did against the Suns, look at the game logs against them. He was more aggressive. The Spurs started becoming more aggressive. They started getting more competitive in some of these games. Now, I love the matchup that he has today against the Timberwolves because he's going to go against the Twin Towers, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, two guys that should give him plenty of opportunities to grab rebounds, but also be aware of, like, you know, rebound opportunities, boxing out, being aggressive on boards, because if he isn't, then they're going to kill him on the offensive glass, especially Rudy Gobert. Now, I mentioned Wemby has gone over in 4 straight games, right? Look at his opponents in those last 4 games. He played the Knicks. He went over. Guess who was guarding him? Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, active big men. Look at the game before that, Indiana Pacers. Miles Turner's on that team, another active big man. Look at the game before that against the Raptors. He had Jakob Poeltl and he had Pascal Siakam. Again, another active big man rotation. And in the game before that, he had the Suns. You guys know Nurkic is there, and you also know Durant's there, also active on the board. And then earlier this season, he had 12 rebounds against the Rockets, and they also have Sengun. So teams that have active centers, where it forces Wembanyama to play defensively, not just to rotate and just, you know, be lackadaisical like what we've seen against some of the other teams that he's played in. Active big men means more volume from Wemby. So because of that, I think he's going to get plenty of opportunities today to be able to grab some rebounds. We know the Spurs like to push the pace. They're second in possessions per game, while the Wolves are also in the top 15 as well. So we should see some back and forth a little. We do have a lower total, around 226.5 in this matchup, so that means some shots should be missed in this game. I like Victor to come out today, grab some rebounds against this Wolves team. So give me Victor Wembanyama over 8.5 rebounds. We're getting really good value on it as my second best bet of the day. Now, for my third and final best bet of the day, we're going to stay with basketball, but I'm going to go to the college slate. We have a loaded college slate. Oh man, I absolutely love this college slate. There's so many games out there today that I'm looking at. I'm going to add a few more plays a little bit later inside the Discord group, so make sure you guys click that link in the bio and join that free group, because once I get a few more lines, once I get a few more team totals, even first halves, you guys know how I'm coming, right? I've been absolutely killing it for our premium members in college basketball, so I want to keep that momentum going now, and I don't want you guys to miss out on that or any of the plays that we're dropping this weekend. So make sure you guys click that link in the bio and join that free group right there. And I'm also doing a $100 giveaway. If you join the group by Sunday, you can be eligible for $100. So guess what? Why not sign up? It's free, right? So for today's college basketball last best bet, I'm going to take a look at Texas A&M as they head on the road to take on Ohio State Buckeyes. This should be a really good test for both of these teams to start off the year. I'm going to have to lean with the team with more experience, better coaching, and the better defense in this one. So I'm going to go with Texas A&M on the money line, plus 100 odds. I got it at. I don't understand why they're underdogs in this matchup. I get it. They're playing at Ohio State. It's a very very tough place to play. I understand it. But listen, I'm a big Buzz Williams fan. I've been a fan of him since he's been at Marquette. Now that he's been at Texas A&M, he's absolutely turned this program around and has them headed in the right direction. He's an excellent recruiter, and he knows how to get the most out of his players. Now Texas A&M heads to Columbus after handling business against their little brother down there, the Texas A&M school, Texas A&M Commerce. They won that game 78-46, so no sweat bet there. Meanwhile, Ohio State, they barely beat Oakland in their first game 79-73, and that game was at home. So that's the big point of concern for me, is that you are at home, you're playing a mid-major school, and you barely win that game by 6 points. I mean, not even getting close to covering, and now you have to host one of the top teams in the SEC. Truthfully, the only team that I think has a chance of beating Tennessee for the SEC title this year. That concerns me a little bit. Now, I understand it's still early in the year, so I'm not writing this Ohio State team off. I think Chris Holtmann can get this team back into the tournament. I think they have a lot of good pieces there that they can build on throughout the season, but they're dealing with a lot of turnover right now to start the year, especially from last year's team, right? The Bucks, they lost a bunch of instant offense. They lost Bryce Sensabaugh, who was their leading scorer last year. They lost Justice Suing, who was their second leading scorer last year. They lost Sean McNeil, who was second on the team in 3-pointers per game. They also added a few pieces like Jamison Battle, who was Minnesota's leading scorer last year, and they also added Dale Bonner from Baylor and a few other pieces as well. But for me, it's going to take some time for this roster to gel, for them to blend, for them to get it all together. They've got a lot of turnover. I just mentioned how many of their leading scorers are leading this team. Now look at the Aggies. They're returning 4 starters from last year's team. They've got 2 more seniors coming off the bench, and added 3 upperclassmen from the transfer portal. So that's a ton of collegiate experience that this team has. Texas A&M is 25th out of all 300, like 50, 60 D1 teams. They're 25th in terms of returning production from last season, while Ohio State is 225. So literally 200 team difference between returning production from both of these teams. I think that's the big differentiator in this game. Now, I can give you guys a ton of stats and a bunch of numbers to bog you down with, to let you know why I even like the Texas A&M Aggies even more. But for me, it's about experience to start off the season. It's going to take some time for this Ohio State team to get it all together. We saw that in that game against Oakland, why they only won by 6 points. It took them a little time to gel together. And for me, I think Texas A&M is going to be way too good. They're too efficient on both sides of the ball. They have an extraordinary backcourt with Wade Taylor IV and Tyrese Radford, 2 guys who are a big reason for Texas A&M's success last year. The duo combined for almost 30 points per game last season, and they're really physical on defense as well. Texas A&M likes to run that full court press at times and trap you. For me, I think we're getting a lot of value on the road with Texas A&M. If you're going to be a good team contending for Final Fours, Elite Eights, then you have to win big games on the road in tough environments. I think this is the first real test for this Texas A&M team for them to be able to do it. Wade Taylor's going to show out today. He was named the preseason SEC Player of the Year for this A&M team, and he averaged 16 points a game last year. So I think he's going to build on that, and I think that the fact that the A&M Aggies are top 25 in both offensive and defensive efficiency in KenPom is going to pay factors today. That experience is the difference. So give me Texas A&M on the money line, plus 100. If you want to lay the spread at plus 1.5, I mean, be my guest. I don't see the point in that. I mean, if Ohio State wins by 1 point, then I mean, I guess you win the bet. But for me, I think you get the better value just on the plus value that you can get on Texas A&M to win the game outright, because I believe they win this game outright. And that's it for me today, my friends. 3 bets, 3 winners right there on the hardwood for you. Let's get Tobias Harris over 22 points and rebounds. Let's go with Victor Wembanyama over 8.5 rebounds. And let's go with Texas A&M on the money line to end the night. 3 best bets, 3 winners that are headed your way on this Friday, November the 10th. And as always, if you want some of my other picks and plays that I'm dropping live, call outs, some of the games that I'm adding a little bit later, make sure you click that link in the bio and join our free Telegram group where you guys can get some of those extra plays. And guess what? I have a special treat for you guys. I have a college football video coming for you guys today. That's right. I got a college football video coming for you guys for this weekend. I normally don't do videos on the weekend, but I heard some of the comments. You guys want some more picks on the weekends as well. So I've got you guys on a college football video. So be on the lookout for that video. And as always, dictate your fate, get to that money, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, guys? Later, gang.